Fear has taken hold of Utonkon District in Ado local government area, Benue State, following the abduction of 9 worshippers from St. John's Catholic Church in Ojije. The victims were taken during a night vigil on Saturday, February 7, when gunmen stormed the church. The abducted worshippers are reportedly teenagers who were unarmed at the time of the attack. The kidnappers are said to be demanding a 30 million naira ransom for their release. Mothers within the community, visibly distressed, are leading calls for the immediate release and safe return of their children, appealing to both the government and security agencies to act swiftly. Families and community leaders are urging the state government to intervene urgently, secure the freedom of the abducted worshippers, and improve protection for vulnerable communities.
The Catholic Church, St. John's of the Cross, Ojije. These are the shoes of the children that were kidnapped. Look at their Bibles. Look at their Bibles. This is the altar of the church.
We're now being joined in the studio by an activist and public affairs analyst, Gideon Obande, who is also an indigene of Ado local government area in Benue State. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Gideon, this is not an exciting news.
At all.
Teenagers in church praying. What's the reason? What has the reaction been like so far?
Without being told, it's been a sad event. Sad because in a society where we believe so much in morality, and we know that the religious institutions are bases that blocks that over time have formed this morality we have, and then right at a worship center, this has happened. The question will be, what justification will you have to encourage more children to go to church? But if they cite such instances as reasons why they wouldn't go, will you say they're lying? And then what becomes of our society, knowing that over time, we've raised ourselves as a nation through the religious blocks, either Christianity or Islam, but in this case, of course, a Christian society. And so you understand that this singular act is going to go down memory lane. It's going to be referred to over and over, both for good and for evil.
Has this happened before?
I don't know, but possibly in other parts of Nigeria, from the time of the insurgency under the Goodluck Jonathan era, we've heard of killings in churches, we've heard of, people going to worship centers and being massacred. The Middle Belt has been a hub where these things have been happening. You can remember at some point, it was like at every single time there were bomb blasts in Jos. St. Finbar's church in Jos Refuge was bombed at such time. So, it's been a story that we've heard from afar. But for us, it's coming this close for the first time. Not the act of abduction, no, but in the church, yeah, coming close to us.
So abductions have happened, but not inside the church.
Abductions have happened even a few days before this one happened. A man and a woman were abducted, and the ransom of about 3 million naira, was paid before they were released.
Now, while we know that the security agencies say they are doing their utmost to end insecurity, there are then some who allege that some of these acts of abductions are perpetrated by those who know the victims.
Yes, you will agree with me that as the African adage you always have it, that it is the rat in the house that will go outside to invite the one in the bush to come in. We agree to all of that. The truth is, not all cases of this can be juxtaposed on the fact that somebody who knows somebody gave out some information. We've had it in this country that commuters will be on their way, people will be barricaded, everybody moved into the world. You say about that? And so it's not enough to say, yes, somebody knew somebody and gave information. I think those narratives are past. It should be government rising up to responsibility and doing what should be done.
What do you recommend now?
I will tell us that our area security, air-based security is weak. Because these children or those people who are often being kidnapped are moved on foot. We have the Air Force. For goodness sake, what are they doing? The Nigerian police force should be tired right now of remaining at the same level. They should evolve. You know, at some point when President Goodluck Jonathan was president of this country, we used to hear of police having helicopters. Where are those helicopters? That you could say, okay, there was a kidnap at social place, and in a span of how many minutes the helicopter is hovering up there for you to see if you can trail the kidnappers. Truth is, our security agencies, one, are understaffed. Number two, they are under-equipped. Number three, all other factors that have encouraged this insecurity have continued to remain. In this place, the lighting situation is bad. The roads are bad. And so even if you call on the security before they will rush to catch up because of the bad road, these people would have, gone far. These basic amenities should also be put in place so that when you talk operations, there are factors that either aid or limit operations. These are some of such factors.
All right, Gideon Obande, I think we will hang it here for now. We'll look at the other opportunities to bring you. Thank you so much for coming in this evening. Mr. Gideon Obande is an activist and a public affairs analyst. Thank you for coming in. And also an indigent of Ado local government area. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.